The Royal Signals Net on now on the 16th of November 2020.
We were getting transmissions from RSARS DAZ. Disappointing, was it? I can't remember now. Anyway, let's put it all four out and see if anybody's out there. So, this is EA7JVZ company in Harwich. This is EA7JVZ with Royal Signals overseas network scout. I wonder if anybody else is going to join us, if they heard either Chris or myself. EA7JVZ, listening for any callers. Right, EA7JVZ with G2ADR here in Collins. Now that's right to be Golf 8 Juliet Alpha Charlie, but very, very weak, I'm afraid. I've got a high noise level. Go ahead again, you want it? Z4 Victor Golf. Now there's a familiar call sign from 80 metres if I'm not mistaken. But thanks very much for calling in. I'm only barely hearing you, and I don't think we've got much chance of getting through. So be patient. There's some long script on which is making life rather difficult in some directions. Fingers crossed that we're going to make it at some stage in the evening, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. So, back to Chris, G2ADR, EA7JVZ.
Yeah, looking like EA7JVZ, Romeo, beautiful copy of mine. Now you're pushing 20 over 9, no problems whatsoever. And I'm delighted to be back on. But to have you overseas, yes, it's an eye on it. Unfortunately, I'm on these kids with my local subject to do not work on me. And that's all they give you for an eye on. For a cataract. I was virtually blind with my right eye. Now the result was absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, with unbelievable. How do you do it? The manager, please do not hold my hand and just put your hands on the back of mine. I think I realised that I wanted to stop. Unfortunately, the arms on the very expensive operating chair were plastic, and I shattered it in 3 places. And afterwards he said, "Oh, thank you, sir." I still have my hand, and I felt every single thing that he did during the operation. But hey ho, it was well worth it. And now I can see better in my right eye than I have for probably 20 years or something. So there we go. Anyway, we're back in the land of the living, and this is delightful to be back with you guys. So I'll put a quick call, Mike, and just see. CQ, roll signal, CQ, roll signal, CQ, roll signal. This is the roll signal, amateur, ready to start. This is Golf 2 Alpha Bravo Romeo with Echo Alpha 7 Juliet Victor Zulu stations in the United Kingdom. Golf 2 Alpha Bravo Romeo looking for members of the Royal Signals Amateur Radio Society overseas now. Golf 2 Alpha Bravo Romeo.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, got you, Tom.
Hope all is well. On frequency the moment is Echo Alpha 7 Juliet Victor Zulu. White. Now myself, Golf 2 Alpha Bravo Romeo. Golf, but I don't know it's 3-6. Anyway, how are you doing? Are you standing good? LZ7CW,
G2ABR, LZ7CW. Yeah, good evening, Chris. How are you? Nice to hear you making a full recovery from something sounding horrendous to me. Wow, I couldn't stand anything like that, but hopefully you was asleep when they was, whatever they were doing. Hopefully you was having a few dreams. Good evening, Mike. You're both about 5 and 7. Certainly not your 5 and 9 plus 20 at the moment, Chris. I don't know whether you're QRP or not tonight, or whether it's just conditions. Mike is also 5 and 7. That was Tom calling in, Mike. Golf 2 November Victor. I'd worked him earlier this evening, maybe an hour or so ago, a bit further up the band. So he's there, sitting, waiting, and that's all I heard. Hopefully you're both well, and also you, Tom. G2ABR, LZ7CW.
Yeah, I just take LZ7CW. Bravo Romeo. So I'm on the normal power mode. The skip is very, very long tonight. I was listening to VK3 Echo Alpha about 10 minutes ago, and he was coming very, very nicely. So it's very, very long skip. Anyway, stand by, Vic, and okay, I understand you heard Victor. So I'll QSC that to Mike, who's in the show, of course. Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu. Golf for Bravo Romeo. 7CW, 16 obviously. Giving you 5 and 7 as well. And also, I found is Golf 2 November Victor Tom in the UK. So, pretty boost night. And see what damage you can do. Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu. And the welcome of all the people.
Okay, wow, good evening, Rick. 5 and 8 here. No problems at all, and thank you for identifying the mystery station. It was Tom, G2 November Victor, and he called me, I think, but I couldn't quite make him out. And Chris, who was 5 and 9 when we started, has started to slim down the scale. Chris is now sort of 5 and 7. When you started, Vic, you were 5 and 9, but I'm amending that to 5 and 8 now, because things to be beginning to shift in the wrong direction. So we'll keep it going as much as we can. See what we get through the talk. And if I don't answer it, Vic, could you have a go with him? It's usually a sign if I don't go back straight away, I didn't get it all. Stand by, Tom. I'm going to give you a call and see what happens. And if I don't hear you, he probably will. He's already identified you. G2 November Victor, G2 November Victor, Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu with a Royal Sigma overseas net. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, okay. Mike, sadly I've already got Mike's RX on green results, so
He's under my noise level.
you Vic, you're 5 and 9 tonight, and you're 5 and 9. No other stations heard, so the transfer from
Golf 2 November Victor, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Okay, Tom, I got you 5, 6, 5 and 7 at the moment. 5, 6, 5 and 7. Mike, Chris has got no copy on any of you at this moment in time. So the conditions started early, and I was early. I got on. Yeah, I worked, Tom, at 13 minutes past 5 UK time, and it was 5 and 7 then, but I think the conditions were a lot better, because I spent the next hour, nearly the next hour, talking to UK stations, and there was all good 5 and 6, 5, 7, 5 and 8, and the occasional one was 5 and 9. 20 was completely a washout at 4:30 UK time from here anyway. It had already closed down as far as I was concerned, but 40 was the best ever. And that Thomas that Chris mentioned, he gave me a call the other evening. I think it was something like 6:30 UK time. It seems about the best time. It was only 5 and 5, 5 and 6, you know. But I was having a job on his call sign. It wasn't because it was that signal strength. It was because it was the way he was pronouncing Echo Oscar. I think it was Echo Oscar. It was the way he was pronouncing it, and I couldn't get it. And then some big mouth jumped in and ruined it for me. I did tell him off, of course. I don't stand here and take it from any of them. I have to, yeah, I'm not a very popular person around this area, trust me, especially those 600 miles away. But I can take it, and I'm not intimidated in the least. I have the power as well. Did you know, Chris, that I'm on my rotary dipole, 55 feet? Okay, Tom, just stand by then. Maybe conditions will change, and Mike will be able to hear you sometime. If I don't hear you in the next, who knows? Have a good evening. If I lose you and you disappear completely, Tom. G2NV LZ7CW. He can hear you on Hack Green, Mike. Yeah, Roger, Tom. EA7JVZ LZ7CW. He can hear you on Hack Green, Mike.
Yep, okay, that's fine if you can hear me on Hack Green, but it's not like a real thing, is it? Okay, Mike, you're all listening to me, that's great. But I'm not getting much at all from you. It's just not quite cutting the mustard. And I've made whatever little jobs I can do with the receive side, and I can't improve on the perfection I already had. So it's not brilliant, but I did hear your voice at the beginning and at the end. But I didn't get much at all of what was going on in the middle, so pretty hard going, I'm afraid, from Spain, but clearly you're getting through to Vic quite nicely. Okie doke. Well, let's just try that again. I'm speaking to some audience for me in the UK, and it would be very nice if they joined me as well. So let's put out another call. CQ Royal Signals. CQ Royal Signals. Echo Alpha 7. Juliet Victor Zulu, Southeast Spain. Calling CQ Royal Signals. CQ. Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu for the Royal Signal Amateur Radio Society, Monday evening net. Do we have any further calls? Enjoy our best, please. EA7JVZ listening. What do you have words that said, stand by your bed? Chris, back to you. Yes, sorry to hear about that. The XYL's operation on Earth Foot included an epidural and not a total knockout. And also reacted to the juice that was the epidural. And she had a reaction which made her go hot, red and flushed. And it didn't take much to make it in her diabetic status either. And after 26 hours with no food, she was a very poor blood sugar levels. Okay, put it back to you, Chris, if you could raise a few voices. That would be good. It looks like nothing is going to happen right away. EA7 JVZ back to G2ABR with a pause in case anybody wants to put in a standby or medical or something.
Yeah, Roger Mike, Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu, the Royal Signal Overseas 9, G2 will make a Roger. Oh boy, conditions are all over the show, Mike. You dropped down to about 45. You were 5'9" plus 20. I've got Vic is coming up. Vic started off about 10 over, you're now 20 over, Vic. No copy on Tom. No copy on Andy. So stand by. Let me help as far as Vic horses, everybody else in the your neck of the woods. CQ roll signals, CQ roll signals, CQ roll signals. Members of the Royal Signals Amateur Radio Society for the Monday evening overseas. This is Golf 2, Alpha Bravo Romeo and Company in southern Spain, Bulgaria, and the United Kingdom. This is Golf 2, Alpha Bravo Romeo and Company, members of the Royal Signals Amateur Radio Society, and standing by. Not a sausage. Okay. Great, thank you, mate. No DKs, no ZLs, no nothing. In fact, absolutely top of all. Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu, the Royal Signal Taxi, here they are.
Yeah, okay, Chris. Thanks for being there. It's looking like a repeat of last week at this time when we had already decided to abandon ship because of very poor conditions. And it's certainly shown up this time. You've gone down about 3 points yourself. It's not too clever, is it, when the bands decide to do that? And of course, on the other side of the coin, there's probably some DX to be had for the arrows. And it's just a shame that conditions don't want to support our efforts tonight. I see that the sunspots are getting rather numerous, which is something I've been after for a long while. I think we all have. But maybe they're not playing ball with us just at this particular moment. Okay, 144. Let's see who else can join us. On frequency, we've got Spain, we've got 2 stations in the UK and 1 station in Bulgaria. This is the Royal Signals Overseas Net. Royal Signals Overseas Net. CQ Royal Signals, CQ Royal Signals, and our usual friends and campfires, EA7 JVZ. EA7 Juliet Victor Zulu, CQ Royal Signals, CQ Royal Signals Overseas Net, Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu, calling and listening. Sugar Alpha 6, Delta Alpha Zulu.
That's Darren, Mike.
Take it away, Vic.
Yeah, good evening, Darren. That was a big call. Your antenna's working fabulous, like last time. I'll give you exact report on the next over. Hope you are safe and well. Sugar Alpha 6, Delta Alpha Zulu. Darren? Yeah, nice to hear you. There's only Mike, Chris, and Tom, G2NV. I'm sure he would appreciate a call sometime tonight from you. He's sitting there in the background. No one's got a copy on him. He doesn't have a copy on anyone as well. But I've got a copy on everybody. But we're not on the same frequency, Mike. I've got 154.94 hertz. I don't know why. Why aren't we on 155 exactly? Someone's not on the frequency, and I'm having a job here moving the VFO to make it sound much better for me. It's unusual. Hopefully you're well, Darren. I did enjoy the videos. I did have a brief listen on 130. I was doing something else, but I just happened to see you was moved up to 130, and I didn't know whether it was you or not. Someone, it could have been you. You was talking something that I didn't understand, and that's not unusual. But somebody was a good signal. I'm sure it was you. Sugar Alpha 6 Delta Alpha Zulu Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Yeah, he's gone right down now.
Switching off, it's a little difficult. Yeah, I died full as well on Friday. I still haven't sent out a post. I did take another video, but maybe I'll do that instead tonight to try and get an email out to the group. But I can actually hear Mike slightly better than normal. I don't know whether he can hear me this evening, but I can hear you. And good evening, Chris. I can hear Chris, but I can't hear Tom, unfortunately. But I'll send it back to you, Vic, just to make sure that you still got me, mate. LV7CE from SA60AZ.
SA60AZ.
Go, Vic.
Yeah, I thought somebody was calling in there, Mike. Chris. Yeah, he can just hear you, and I'm sure you can hear him then. SA60AZ, LZ7CW. Yeah, I thought you was disappearing, Darren, on that over, but I just moved the rotary dipole up towards north, about 60 degrees from north, and you came up to 5 and 7, 5 and 8. So there's something to be said for this rotary dipole, and I even get Mike a lot better when I put it down to about 260. Yeah, 260 degrees. So something's there. It's working. There's not many people can rotate a dipole, is there? Yeah, fabulous. Yeah, I clicked on the video, and then it, I mean, it's not YouTube, and it looked a bit more complicated than the last time. I'm sure the last time I clicked just one click, and the video came up, but this time I have to look around, and it says, and sign in, and I don't know. It looked different. The site looked different with the video on it, and I gave up. I thought, no, this is too much for me at this time of day. I give up easily, Darren. SA60AZ LZ7CW.
Yeah, I know what you mean there, Vic. I can only put a short video out on the email, otherwise the Google Messenger, quite rightly, will just reject it. The file is too big, so I've got to give you a link to OneDrive where
the frequency's in use, old man. Are you listening? We're on 155. Thank you very much.
I was asking. I did ask.
Well, I didn't hear you because my friend was talking. Thank you.
Yes, I did ask.
That's okay. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Okay.
This evening, Vic, actually. I think Chris was perhaps shouting just a couple of seconds ago, just before you broke in then. But yeah, very good evening to you all from Sweden. I'll hand it back to you, Vic. I don't know whether Mike wants to have another shout. Back to you, over.
Yeah, could you just give me your 5 and 8, Darren, at the moment? Could you give me a report before I pass it back over?
Yeah, Roger, you're a stable 5 and 9 now. With your dipole pointing at me, you're good 5 and 9, whereas before you were 5-9 dropping to 5-5 below the radar.
Yeah, no radar for me tonight, thank goodness. I had it last week. It was my turn last week. Yeah, okay. pass it back to Mike then. EA7 JVZ LZ7CW.
Back to you, Mike. EA7 JVZ, C2ABR, we're being joined by Sugar Alpha 6, Zulu.
I could hear Rick talking to Dan, and right at the end, Rick didn't drive. He sort of went into a noise, which is the first time that he's done that tonight. Good evening, Darren, SA6DAZ. I'm very sorry I can't hear much of what's going on yet again. And the skip is all over the place. Chris has an expression about a fiddler's elbow, which is frequently used on this net by not just Chris but others as well. And I can see the essential use for that phrase coming up again imminently. It's quite noticeable, we'll say, for the minute. Right, we've got we have Tom E2S3, heavily struck by QSB. Let's try Tom again. Tom 2, no, yep, see if we can get a signal tonight, Tom. Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu and a Royal Football Fan.
Don't get Andy, JKC, Mike.
Okay, Chris, I promise. Stand by, Andy. Call fake Juliet Alpha Charlie. Stand by. I'll call you in if I don't hear anything from Tom. One more try. A7 JVZ. There's a voice in there, Vic, but I can't make Tom.
That was Chris giving Tom a call. Tom, are you copying me? Is your over, please? Is your over? Over.
Avete tutto uno spettacolo, Maurizio. Ben risentito. Sì, mi ricordo,
Yeah, the frequency's in use, old man. We're on 155 and we can't hear itself talk. Please, QSY, thank you.
Ma la Sardegna probabilmente rimane lontano e allora sarà questo il motivo. Mi dici solo come mi ascolti come audio, se può andare bene, Maurizio, a te ancora?
Yeah, we're on 155 and you're giving us a lot of problems. Please, QSY, thank you.
Questo ci sta mandando via, Antonio. Ok, wait a moment, my friend. Frequency news. Ok, Italia Kilo 6, Zulu Radio X-Ray, India Sierra 0, Golf Foxtrot. Antonio, la comunicazione perfetta è presente, però mi devi perdonare perché io ero in chiusura già 3 operatori fa che mia moglie
Ho intenzione di riprenderlo, io l'ho avuto con la radio.
Yeah, you didn't move for me, did you? Thank you very much for causing QR Mexico to our stations, thank you.
E la modulazione che mi dava il 590 non l'ho più avuta, neanche col 7610 o 7003 che ho avuto prima.
Yeah, a bit too close, 2 kilohertz. You're causing QR Mexico. You did say you was going to move, didn't you? Thank you.
Dai, vuole la frequenza libera, lo lasciamo Antonio, tanto io devo staccare. Ti ringrazio, buon proseguimento, il K6 Zulu Radio X-Ray. There's rather strange propagation setting in yet again as per usual. Call fake Juliet Alpha Charlie, Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu. Go Andy. hear a sausage, Vic?
No, I can't hear anything. I just had to go up to ask that guy on 157 to move, and he did. So thank you, sir, if you're listening on this frequency. It was a big signal. Are you're copying me, Andy, please? Golf 8 Juliet Alpha Charlie, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. No, he's not copying. He's going to put the kettle on, I think, Mike.
Yes, I think there's times when it will help. Oh boy, it's going to be another one of those, isn't it? Still, we've been going for what looks like 37 minutes on my clock here, or 35 minutes I should say. I'm not sure that it's going to be much worth carrying on. As the skip is lengthening and the slicing people out. If it lengthens a little more, I might get something from Darren, so I'm going to give him a call and see if he's hearing me any better. SA6 Delta Alpha Zulu. How about it, Darren? Are you still there? EA7 JVZ.
Roger, Mike. Roger, Roger. Yes, copy you 3 and 3, and then Arctis 5 and 3. Very difficult, but you are there, Mike. You are there. QSL, QSL.
3 and 3, Mike, over.
No, I didn't really hear. There was a voice there, but I couldn't make out any words at all.
Yeah, he can copy you, Mike. 3 and 3. He knows you're there, but it's just 3 and 3, over.
Yeah, thank you for that, Vic. It's hard going. I could honestly say it's nearer the 2 and 2 with me. I know that there's some sort of voice there, but I can't make out a single word, and the strength is ridiculous, so it ain't going to happen, is it? Well, you know, there are wiser men on the planet than me. Been here a few months longer on the planet. I'm going to put it back to one of them. A G2 ABR, EA7 JVZ. Any clues as to which way we're going? If it's not downwind, I'll be very pleased to know about it, Chris. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, Mike. Echo Alpha 7 Juliet Victor Zulu. The wall signals are received on G2 Able Baker, Roger. You're way down now. Struggling with you at times, Mike. 5 down to 4 and 5. Alpha 7 CW 5-9 down to 4 and 5 likewise. And also Darren up and down like a fiddler's elbow. And no copy on Andy, no copy on Smart. So there we go. The way round is well, one in Spain, one in Bulgaria, one in Sweden, and one in UK as far as I'm concerned. So nothing else in the group anyway. As I say, up and down like a fiddler's elbow. So, Mike, I think you're the governor over there. It's up to you, but I think we're back against the sticky wicket at the moment. And I don't think we're going to get, I certainly don't hear any other key states. Unless we get the other Spanish guys on. I'm not going to hear anybody, Mike, so I think maybe it should be an early so I'll put it back to you. It's Alpha 7 Zulu, Victor Zulu, the world signals over the G2 Able Baker, Roger. 0 NMI.
0 NMI. Good heavens, that sounds good. Nice to hear you. I haven't heard you for quite a while, even though you might have been transmitting. But 0 NMI is now in the log, and thank you for calling in. On frequency, we've got Chris G2 ABR, we've got Cal SA6 DAZ, we've got Vic LZ7 Charlie Whiskey, and I've got quite a lot of noise from the street there. George 8 Juliet Alpha Charlie is there. He's in Leafy, Surrey, and you might just be able to get a ground wave from him. But nice to have you with us. We we were thinking that it was maybe time to pack up. But what do you say? How well are you receiving people? Mike 0, November, Mike India, EA7, and JVZ. Go.
EA7 JVZ M0 NMI. Very good evening, Mike. Very good evening to everybody on frequency. You can hear me. Not too good, I'm afraid. About 5 and 7, Mike. 5 and 7. I can only hear yourself, Vic, and Daz. I can only hear yourself, Vic, and Daz. I can just make out that Chris is there, but I cannot actually hear him. I did hear him pass it back to you when I called in then. I heard him pass it back to you, and I did give you a shout at that point. But not good at all, I'm afraid, Mike. You're 5 and 7 as we speak. Echo Alpha 7, Juliet Victor Zulu, Mike 0, November, Mike India, over.
Well, for a brief moment there, you were 5 and 9, David. So maybe things aren't as bad as I thought. And it might come back. The suggestion from Chris is maybe we take an early bath, but you're such a good signal at the moment, maybe we can carry on. It looks like there's a lot of long skip on 40 metres with about, 3/4 of an hour ago there was some DP activity. I don't know if it's still there on the band. And it's likely that the other ones you're missing are not within range of 2 November Victor, Tom. And we've got, let's see, T8JAT maybe a bit too close to you. But anyway, maybe it's getting better. Let me just put a call out to Andy again. Golf 8, Juliet Alpha Charlie. Wonder if you've heard anything at all from Mike 0 November, Mike India. It's a long shot. Let's give it a try, Andy. Go ahead. I can't hear you squeak. What about you, Vic? Can you hear Andy?
No, there's no Andy. There's no one there, Mike. No one at all. But M0 NMI, I've forgotten your name. I missed your name. I'm sorry. 575 and 8 here in Bulgaria. Over, Mike.
Okay, David, give him a shout. Mike 0 November, Mike India is David. Give him a shout.
Yeah, Roger, Mike. Thank you. EA7JVZ LZ7CW. Okay, David. Yeah, 575 and 8. Good evening to you. Hopefully you're safe and well. M0NMI LZ7CW. Over.
LZ7CW M0 NMI returning. Yeah, very good evening to you, Nick. Thank you for the 5-7. You're about the same. You're about 5-7, but going from about S5 up to S7 and then back down again. So as I think it was Chris who said it was going up and down like this proverbial fiddler's elbow. I think that's correct. So very nice to hear you again. You're about the same strength as Mike. In fact, you're slightly stronger than Mike. But I can also hear SA7 there in Sweden. But I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me. It's really that kind of tree. But very nice to meet you again there, Vic. LZ7CW M0 NMI, over.
M0 NMI LZ7CW. Yeah, well, I've got a bigger mouth than Mike, so I've been told. But don't tell anybody. Don't spread this rumour around. Yeah, nice to hear you, David. I'm not certain where you are, but it doesn't matter. 16 centigrade today. We touched 16. We did. I bet it was 25 in southern Spain, southeast Spain. I'm sure it must have been. We only had 16 centigrade, but the sun was out. It was quite warm. Just no wind. Yeah, no wind today. We don't have much wind here at all. It's unbelievable. I'm the highest around, you know, but there's no wind. I don't know where it goes. There's certainly no big mountain top that's stopping the wind from coming. So I'm quite happy. Yeah, I'm running 1 kilowatt here and an ICOM 775 DSP and the rotary dipole, David. M0NMI LZ7CW.
the name, the QT display is Swindon. I know that there is just northwest of the town of Swindon, right down in the south of England. And I'm only running 100 watts here, 100 only, to a full wave top mount loop up at about 40 feet. So that's the working condition. So you've got a little bit on me. I don't have a rotary, I don't have any rotary stage in my antenna at all. But all comes on the weather. We're up to about 6 or 7 today. Not too much breeze, not too much sun either. Not rain. We've had a lot of rain and a lot of wind recently, but today was not too bad. We did have a spotted drizzle, but nothing like what we have had. But we're just after the Cotswold Water Park here, and that's completely flooded at the moment. There's no time I've seen it in past years, so I hope that's not a sign of things to come, HI. But anyway, thank you very much for the contact there, Vic. I'll let you pass it back to Mike and see if he can get any more sensors back. But I won't be able to stay on for very much longer, I'm afraid. I have to go and ruffle the phone. Charlie Whiskey,
Mike 0 November Mike India, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Okay, David, but nice to hear you this evening. You stay safe and have a good evening. What's left of it? Yeah, I think you said you're going to the to the kitchen sink, something like that. All the best, and we'll speak soon. EA7JVZ LZ7CW Mike.
Yep, okay, LZ7 Charlie Whiskey, EA7 Juliet Victor Zulu. Well, that was a good one. And I'm not surprised that he's doing so well, because he's got a full wave top down loop. That's twice as big as the one that's being used in Harwich. Yeah, for a full-size loop whiskey. So it's John, by the way, in Harbour Layers, 5 miles from me. I helped him put it up. 283 foot that one is for 80 metre use. And he uses it on 80 and 40 to great effect, because it's like 2 full waves, whereas a full wave top band loop must be something like 4 full waves on this one. Great stuff. I'm presuming that one must be horizontal, but that's the way mine always were placed. Up till the time I moved here, I've got one of those plates now, half vertical and half horizontal, like a bent penny shape. You can imagine a penny bent across the diameter. That's what my antenna looks like. A 90-degree bend across the diameter of a penny stood on one edge. So some horizontal and some vertical. It's great for working certain distances and certain points. 20 metres, but not so great on 40 metres unless it's extremely local use like NVIS. Okay, I'll say thanks very much for joining us. David, you were particularly welcome when you called in. There's one chap missing from the file that I can think of at the moment, and that's G6UUR. Sam, I wonder if you're going to turn up, Sam. Just listening to your dulcet tones. EA7JVZ listening for G6UUR. Are you there, Sam? G1UPX. Hello, Chris. Long time no hear. You're quite a good signal. You're not that far from Mike 0 November Mike India. But nice to have you back with us. I haven't heard you for ages. I think you've been on your travels. I'm sure by now you've come back to Didcot, and you're operating from a home QTH. So on frequency there's myself, there's G2ABR in Harwich, we've got Vic in Bulgaria, LZ7 Charlie Whiskey, we've got Tom, I think he's in Lancashire, he might be Cheshire, Golf 2 November Victor, and we've got Darren in Scandinavia, SA6DAZ, Gothenburg, Sweden, GHJAC allegedly, but I haven't actually heard him myself, And Mike 0 November, Mike India is David in Hampshire, and we've got not that far from, sorry, you must be, and he's not far from you. So go ahead, if you'd like to call anyone you've heard, or extend your QSO to me, whatever you want to do, go ahead. P1 UPX, nice to have you with us. CA7, JVZ, the real signal set.
Okay, right, yeah. So there was anybody in particular I wanted to speak to, I just wanted to if you don't mind. Yeah, it's the OG5, I've got a tuned in or things, but I mean, it's been making up a 40-metre loop to talk to you guys on a Monday anyway, so I've got it half made up, like you understand, so I will wait for that SWR, though.
Over, Mike.
Yeah, he went straight down into the noise after he started. That's the way it's been going. G1 UPX. LZ7, Charlie Whiskey. You heard him. Please give Chris a call. G1 UPX, CA7JVZ, passing it to LZ7, Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, Roger, Mike, EA7JVZ, LZ7CW. Yeah, good evening, Chris. I got your 5 and 6 at the moment here in Bulgaria. G1 UPX, LZ7CW. Hopefully you're well. I think it's the first time we've worked. He wasn't audible at first until I just moved my rotary dipole. Yeah, it is a slightly directional. You can just hear the audio strength come up. It doesn't show too much on the needle, but you can just listen to the audio, and as soon as it picks up a little bit, that's when you stop moving it. It's at 55 feet. I'm running 1 kilowatt here, Chris. Hopefully you're safe and well in the UK and had a good day. Had a good weekend. G1 UPX LZ7CW.
Okay, now I'll just talk about you after. Are you a nice little laugh you got? I was doing that laugh every time I hear you on the 507, 509, I don't go there. It's a very easy one for me. I've got to get a little bit better antenna up, which I understand, so that's how the cookie crumbles this right. I'm just trying to get myself set up here. I've got a lot of network in the phone, and it's a little bit disconcerting. I spoke to you and the note you already got for 20 10 to 4, and just this moldy, this little old Rsarsqrm G5RV, it's too dirt to do the trick, so I've got to put a couple of volts into it though to make it work. It's not the best here, but it's spot on 80. So there you go. Anyway, I didn't know if I could hear whether I haven't heard John on or I haven't heard PDG on either. I think I heard you 400%, but I haven't heard Sam for a long time. Anyway, back to you, my LZ7. Excuse me, mate. I'll pass it back to you before you say it again, alright?
Yeah, G1 UPX LZ7CW, Chris, and the name is Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast Bulgaria in the Yambol province. Yeah, 5 and 7 now, Chris. I think it's maybe not the antenna. It needs to be lifted a bit higher. Darren in Gothenburg, he lifted his a couple of weeks ago, a few meters, and is now a 5 and 9 plus signal. It made a massive difference just by lifting that antenna. I'm sure that's all you did, Darren. So it may be just the height. The height is the key. Get it as high as you can, or even just a couple of meters for starters. If you've got neighbours, that's a big problem. They're always a big problem in the UK. I don't think Chris has got a problem with neighbours, but you take care and stay safe, Chris. Are you going to be standing by, or is this it? Are you going to bed maybe for 8 o'clock? Over.
I think you're coming back to me actually, Vic. That's right for G1 UPX. So, see for that 5 minutes, that's 20 that time. About 30 trains there to the jump. Okay, mate, now the D5 is up at 50 feet, 45 feet at the moment. I've got a 60-foot odd tower, but I've got to keep a low profile for neighbours.
Yeah, Roger, Chris. Yeah, well, that's a good height. Maybe it's the way it's orientated for Spain and the east. I don't know. But it should be working, shouldn't it? You take care. Are you going to be standing by? Shall I tell Mike if you're standing by on the frequency? Over.
Yeah, I'll be standing by for a while. I have listened to you quite a few times in on 20 on 156, mate. But what I knew is that when you start laughing, you can't make that laughing noise there, go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Stop it. Yeah. Well, you give me a call next time you hear me. I'll be looking out for you. Yeah, I'll pull you out of the of the woodwork. I'm sure you've got a beam, haven't you? You've got a beam. We'll see you on 20 then, maybe sometime in the week. But it's got to be early. It's got to be earlier. I've tried 5:30. I've tried 3:30. It's not working. I think eventually 20 meters is going to disappear for the whole day. It is. Maybe dinner time. I've tried it in the morning and people said, oh, it's too early. It's either too early or it's too late. When is the right time? I used to sit on there and work till 12 o'clock and fill the logbook. I did on 20 only a few months ago. Let's hope it all comes back. Chris, you take care. I told Mike you're going to stand by for a short while. G1UPX LZ7CW. Yeah, Roger then, Chris. He's going to stand by for a bit. Mike, I'll just move this, whether it makes any difference with your signal or not. EA7JVZ LZ7CW. Five and 9 plus 20. Can't hear you, Mike. That's not the radar, that.